Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic: who is the best male character who isn't a tough badass? Philip J. Fry. He saved the universe a couple times but mostly by accident and being an idiot. With his superior yet inferior brain. Edit, thanks for the unexpected upvotes. Someone should make a subreddit called Unexpected Upvotes just for this kind of thing. Chidi. You put the peeps in the chili pot. It makes it taste bad. Came to this thread specifically to make sure Professor Argoyi was mentioned. Was not disappointed. I'm a college professor and every single semester, around final exam time, I show this scene to my students. Chidi is my hero. Not a not tough badass, but having seen him without a shirt I would not make an enemy of him. Someone told him exercise helped anxiety so he started doing push-ups and never stopped. Mr. Rogers. Wasn't a character, it's just how Fred Rogers was. On the surface, Mr. Rogers appeared to be the most kind and compassionate man in the world. Underneath that, though, he was exactly the same. The most genuine person who has ever existed. Daniel Jackson from Stargate SG-1. He kind of became more of a badass in the later seasons but originally he was the less physically strong /non-military character. His primary strengths were academic accomplishment, cultural /historical expertise, patience and empathy. Jack, what kind of archaeologist carries a gun? Daniel, * raises hand I do. But yeah, love Daniel. Jack, bad example. Bob Belcher. Bob Burgers. Yeah, he's great. That's not my name, Teddy. You're my family and I love you, but you're terrible, you're all terrible. Saul Goodman. Abed Nadia. Cool. Hot. Evil Abed. Did you see the paintball episodes? He is most definitely a badass. Plus he single-handedly fought off the invaders from Darkest Timeline. Abed himself isn't a badass. However, the characters he becomes, Han Solo, Batman, are. Ben Wyatt. Ice Town cost that ice clown his town crown. They call him Bond. Municipal Bond. Ben Wyatt, human disaster. Who hasn't had gay thoughts? Could a depressed person make this? Why does everyone in this town use Alta Vista? It's about the cones. Filled up Phi from Modern Family. He makes not being a badass an art form. Cheerleading in my college was cool. The football players were so jealous they wouldn't even let me and my buddies Trevor, Scotty, and Ling go to their parties. Rippling. Oh, and Arthur Dent. Slartibart fast. You must come with me or you will be late. Arthur Dent. Late. What for? Slartibart fast. What is your name, human? Arthur Dent. Dent, Arthur Dent. Slartibart fast. Late as in the late Dent Arthur Dent. It's a sort of threat, you see. Andy Dufresne's Shawshank Redemption. I wish I could tell you that Andy fought the good fight, and the sisters let him be. I wish I could tell you that, but prison is no fairy tale world. Anything you stick in my mouth, you're gonna lose. Andy Dufresne who crawled through a river of shit and came out clean on the other side. Any character that Rick Moranis played. Not to mention the man himself. Putting a hold on his career to take care of his kids after his wife died. Not just a hold, it was like 25 years. I always drink coffee when I'm looking at radar. Ron Stoppable. They said no tough badasses. Dude stepped up there at the end though. Monkey style. Rice with the Wizard, he can't spell, from Terry Pratchett's Discworld series is about as much not a badass as it is possible to be. Also Moist von Lipwig. He's not tough, he's a prick, he's not badass, he's sly and scummy. And he gets shit done. While growing a heart in the process. What a champion. Going Postal was my first Discworld book, and still one of my favorites. Also, Ponder Stibos. Is the quintessential nerd but ends up basically running the unseen university single-handedly because he's the only competent, genuinely intelligent, genuinely interested person in the building. Every other wizard just wants respect and big meals, Ponder really wants to discover things, and make sure shit actually gets done. The other wizards know this, so they just pile all responsibility onto him, even though they accidentally allow him to hold almost every important title in the university. In effect becoming one of the most influential people in the city. He's part of Pratchett's younger generation of people coming into power, doing away with old ideas and making positive things happen in society with their ingenuity and sincerity. Blue is Dad. Bandit Healer. My son and I love this show. We checked it out because we have a healer cross, then we were hooked. My son has decided that I am an awesome mom like Chili, but he keeps questioning his dad why he's not like Bandit more. Not going to lie, but Bandit is one of the best kinds of dads to have. Samwise Gamji. Samwise Gamji, who goes toe-to-toe with Shalope and stabs it in the eye, and proceeds to say screw carrying the ring up Mount Doom, he's carrying Frodo who'll carry the ring. He's one tough badass. Sure, but his identity isn't tough badass. When the ring tempted him, it showed him his greatest desire, a really big garden. He then realizes how impractical a massive garden would be, and it wouldn't be any fun to tend to. Hobbits are known for being content and not overly ambitious, but he takes it to the next level and manages to say no thanks to a Maya who can corrupt literally anyone he wants to. If that's not strength of character, I don't know what is. Ted Lasso. Depending on what you define as tough, Spencer Reed. Leslie Higgins as well. Dude lives life right, has a loving family and a wife he adores. Stands up for his friends and gives good advice with a big heart. I want to be Mrs. Higgins when I grow up. Supportive, quick-wit, managing a chaotic household with such resilience and happiness. You don't see her much, but she's such a sweet character, and Leslie adores her. I hope to see more of her in season 3. Hercule Poirot hands down. Love the David Sachet one. Should have clarified, I mean the original Agatha Christie / David Sachet portrayal, not the Kenneth Branagh / Peter Ustinov completely wrong portrayal. Mr. Bean. Bean is an eldritch horror trickster god. Hawkey from Emma SH. https://wiki/Mars*h_TV_series. Not to be confused with the Archer from the comic books. This Hawkey is a pacifist doctor in a war. If you have never seen Emma SH, I highly recommend it. If we're going to go with MASH, my vote is for Father Mulcahy. Kind, compassionate, gentle, smart, funny, a little Ave. And a little bit badass. He was a skilled boxer and badass. His whole "no, war is war. Hell is hell" monologue has been playing in my head the last few days. It is still depressingly relevant. Link for anyone who has not seen it. I'd argue BJ was better. Hawkey was a womanizer and his humor was mean-spirited at times, like he would do stuff just to get a rise out of people. Anger management problems, understandably. BJ was kind, funny, relatively calm, and treated everyone with respect. Didn't put up with Charles' shit of course, but didn't generally start fights with him either. BJ straight up wouldn't perform unnecessary surgery on a scumbag because it goes against everything he learned as a doctor. That tells me everything I need to know about his character. Dude has morals. Drive. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. Sean Spencer and Gus Burton Psych. Burton Guster. Bruto Gaster. I had to scroll really far down before I found the correct answer. Come on, son. Are you mean MC clap yo hands? Don't you mean Methuselah Honeysuckle? I believe it's Sean Spence star and Gus TT Showbiz. I've heard it both ways. Charles Boyle. Came here looking for this answer. Icola J is still proud of his papa even if he's not the baddest badass ever. Icola J. Shamelessly shows affection, publicly. Self-esteem not affected by insults. Frequently bends over backwards to do things for friends, despite frequently not getting any recognition. We all love to cringe and laugh at Boyle, but the longer you watch, the more you realize he'd be an amazing friend. The dude lives so honestly, he never shows any sign of shame. All I've gleaned from this thread is that everyone has vastly different definitions for what badass means, and I think that's great. Phoob Fletcher. Not applicable, he's absolutely a tough badass. Phoob has made tough guys back off just by blinking at them. Doesn't work here lol. Adrian Monk. Did you know that Psych and Monk take place in the same universe? Monk would hate Sean so much, but Gus would absolutely love all of Monk's weird habits. Halfway through the crossover, Gus would have his own package of wipes. The closest we got to this was Psych's Season 8 finale when Sean moves to San Francisco and Chief Vic says there's a guy alphabetizing the soup in the cupboard, or something along those lines, hinting at Monk. I mean, even though he's terrified, when push comes to shove 90% of the time he does whatever scares him when he absolutely has to. I'd definitely call him a badass in disguise. Joel from Santa Clarita Diet. He's constantly an inch or two from falling apart and it's hilarious. On the other hand, I could just watch Timothy Olyphant wearing a potato sack and staring at the wall for hours and I still wouldn't get bored. He is so fine. Everything about that show was perfection. The characters were amazing. Even Filio's head. I can't believe they didn't renew it. Netflix keeps recommending it to me in the popular section and getting my hopes up,